Hey Lynn, Curt Peterson. Hey, I just want to go over our lesson a couple weeks ago on March 3rd. Obviously the scenery is a little bit different being at Crystal Lake and the snow versus what we'll have Saturday, which will be about 70 degrees and sunny and no snow. But what I want to do is take a look at this. We had a discussion in regards to working on your hinge, the positioning where you were at the top of your swing, and then the transition down, and trying to understand that trigger mechanism to bring the club on your downswing through the ball. And what I've done is I have some lines here. We have yellow representing backswing, red downswing, and then we also have three tannish orangish color circles. And one is obviously circled around your head for positioning sake, and then the other two represent club head positioning on the backswing and on the downswing. First thing, let's take a look at the swing on the left, and this is again from 3-3. This is prior to us having our discussion. Setup looks good. You notice take the club back, good one-piece takeaway. Position of the club head's a little bit inside, and typically you have to be careful when that club goes inside because the tendency is that you're going to come a little bit over the top. There's your hinge. Try and get that hinge position there. Bring it up to the top a little bit high and the toes pointed down so it's open. And then you transition down. You can see that your transition is your arms, elbows, your shoulders, bringing the club out and then bringing the club down through impact, little hand motion there, and then finishing your swing with the majority of your weight on your left side. Let's look over at the second swing. And you notice with the takeaway again, positioning, it's a little bit more inside at this point. There's your hinge, which is better than the first swing on the left. And at the top you can see that that club head, that toe is not pointed down completely. So if we were to draw a line just representing that face angle going through the center, you can see that it's almost square. So there's a huge difference between the first and the second swing. Then you're going to bring the club down, and you can see there's still that little bit of that move outside. But now coming down, you can see you're just slightly outside in, and you're turning the club over, trying to release it, and you pulled it just a little bit to the left. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to come back to it. And we're going to look at the differences now. Okay, first thing, let's take a look at your takeaway. And again, if you look at the two, one appears to be at 9 degrees more outside or in front of you than the other one. So the 14 degree on the right is too far inside, and we need to work on that. Now notice the hinge, and this is pretty different. If you look at, it's 1 degree's difference between the one on the left and the one on the right is perfect. You start at 59 degrees, you're still at 59 degrees. Now here's the difference. You start to bring the club up to the top of your swing. We know the club head on the left is open, club head on the right is square. And then when you start transitioning down, you can see that on the left before discussion you're at 86 degrees, so you actually went 25 degrees outside. And on the right hand side you went from 59 degrees to 65, so you came out 10 degrees. So I mean, that's an improvement. When you get to impact, this is the biggest change here. You get to impact, on the left you're at 64 or 4 degrees steeper, but on the right you're at exactly 59. You started at 59, you ended up at 59, which is perfect. Now we're going to go back a little bit. I want you to look at the club head position here on the right, and then we're also going to do it on the left. And look at where the club heads both are as you're coming down the impact. Look at where it is on the left hand side and on the right. You can see how close you are to being in the center of your swing plane on the right-hand side, which is excellent. And then last, when you finish, look at your head position on the right and look at your head position on the left. See how you came up on the left versus on the right, you maintain your spine angle a lot better. So those are some good improvements to just put in the back of your mind and keep on working on. So great job, keep up the work, and we'll see you Saturday.